606 Jif is made easy by the best hand-picked peanuts. So easy your girl can lick it off your nuts. 606 Jif will not melt in your mouth. Warnings, do not use on buttholes or ears. We will not be responsible for any sudden deaths while eating 606 Jif. So easy, it won't drive you nuts.
Can't believe I'm gonna play this one.
Are you lonely? Are you tired of your bed being empty at night?
What did you say?
Are you tired of developing dick burns?
Hell yeah.
Are your lotion bills just getting too high? If so, give us a call at Jeremiah Finley's, aka DJ Snickers, all male review, where you can find the hottest, sexiest backdoor bandits available. You need to be here at DJ Snickers All Male Review. I'm coming. Where you can find the studliest studs that are available 24/7 in the New York area. All you gotta do is give us a call at 518-565-0141. I said that's 518-565-0141. And if you mention DJ Snickers and Underground Wicked Radio on this ad, the first hookup is on us.
I had to play him that commercial, Easy, because he knows you. All right, man, let's start this interview. So, homie, how'd you come up with the rap name Kottyn? You're muted, Easy.
I actually didn't come up with that name. It was given to me. When I first started rapping, I was in high school, and I was just doing beats on the tables and shit for people that like would freestyle battle. And like I came up, I started rapping a little bit, and fucking, a couple people that were popping locally were, they said I was hot. They said I was doing real good and shit. So, one day they were battling and I was doing the beats, and this dude came at me while I was doing the beats, and my boy just told me to get him. So I started battling the dude, and like I was pretty much the only white dude doing it in school at the time. And fucking I turned around and like everybody's jaw dropped, and they tried to call me Cottonmouth, which was funny, and I was like, nah, because Cottonmouth Kings and stuff like that, and just busted it down to Kottyn and kept it like that.
Fuck yeah, man. So how many shows have you played
all together? Oh man, I can't even
name some bigger ones you've done recently. Who have you opened up for?
I haven't been doing a lot of shows recently. Last night I opened for Bez Believe, he's actually signed by Shaquille O'Neal now, but he was signed by Kevin Gates. That was last night, so my voice is a little messed up. My throat's still killing, but it was a good show.
This would be a good question for you, man, because you just performed last night. What is the high you get when performing on stage, and how long does it take you to come down from that high?
Oh, dude, that high is... I haven't done a lot of drugs in my life, but I don't think there's anything better than that, honestly. When I get up there on stage, dude, it's like, that's my first home. That's not even my second home. That's my first home. And some days, dude, that adrenaline will pump for a day or two easy before it comes down.
So what's up? Easy, man. You're awful quiet over there. Why don't you take a question? He's muted on his side, though. Yeah, I know, man. You're muted for some reason. You can't hear us? Hang up, and call back in. Hang up and call back in, Easy. Oh, you busy? Oh, okay. He's talking to somebody. All right, I got you. All right, man. I'll take this one. So how do you get your music out to fans, man? Do you think Facebook and Twitter and all that is a good way to promote that stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Social media definitely helps reach a fan base that's not close to you when you're underground. When you're independent, it's hard. Most of us are still working a 9 to 5. So like traveling and touring and stuff is really hard. So, social media definitely helps put your music out to people all over the place without actually having to be there. But it does kill it some too, because man, I'm one of those people, and I know for a fact that like people don't like to click links. So, it's not like MySpace used to be, where you could just have your music right there as soon as they come to your page. They can just hear it, listen to it. They don't have to follow a link to this page or this page,
It's hard now, man, because like you were saying, it's not just that, because you get all these fucking hackers
Right.
hacking people, so people are hesitant to click on any links you send them now.
Right, especially because most people are on their phone, and they don't want to click on something and then it be a virus and kill their phone. Mm-hmm. So it's still hard. But I'm definitely, I've been at it for a long time now, so I definitely still believe in old school, handing out CDs, posting flyers, things like that, like getting out and actually putting in footwork.
Oh, yeah. Easy's been in the game about that long, too, if I remember right. There he is. He got muted.
There he is.
What up? What up?
What's up, Easy?
What up? What's going on?
Chillin', man. You got a question for Kottyn?
You're doing good. Not right off.
Not right off, man. You know him better than I do.
I'll come up with something good. Just keep going.
All right. So where can I find your music at so we can get that ready while I'm taking another question?
Oh, man. My newest stuff, I got 2 singles on SoundCloud right now. That's soundcloud.com/Kottyn513.
Perfect. All right, so homie, how many collabs have you done, and are there any artists that are bigger in the underground that you'd like to see yourself collab with someday?
Collabs I've done some. I actually made a post on Facebook the other day because, usually I stick away from doing features for other artists when I'm working on my own material. But as soon as I finish mine, I go full feature mode, which I'm actually doing right now. I just finished mixing the mixtape. It's ready. It'll be released at the end of the month. But I got a couple features coming up. They're not set in stone right now, but a couple people are sending me some things now to work on, which is really cool. But I've probably done, 20 or 30 features over the years. But artists I'd want to, like you said, bigger in the underground. I was actually talking at the show last night with Bez Believes people. I might get into that. I might not. It all depends. It's just got to be another artist that's bigger, but it's got to be somebody I feel like I can really collab with, like on a not just on a song. Like I got to feel their vibe. Like there's a lot of bigger artists out there that are still underground, but feel like they're way ahead of us and they're better than us. So I like the people that kind of mingle and still hang out with the less independent, less bigger name artists.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Deadhead, Tales from the Lotus Pod, and Nancy. How you been, Nancy? I haven't talked to you in a while. All right, we're going to play a song, unless Easy's got a question already, or he wants to wait.
I can roll something out real quick.
Go for it, homie. I'm going to go grab a cig while you do that.
All right. So, what's your thoughts on the local music scene right now, seeing that you're from the Cincinnati area?
Man, you know how it is. I can say that to you and you'll understand. You see the local scene in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky, dude, and it's hard. There's not a whole lot of love here between artists, and that makes it so hard. Like we've got some really well-known locally artists here, but they have that mentality I was talking about, to where they feel like they are bigger than someone like myself because they've been doing it longer and they've got a couple better connections than I do, or this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a whole lot of love between artists. There are certain cliques of artists that really band together well. I'm glad to be a part of one of those cliques. So, I mean, we all rock out the shows together. We all, push each other's stuff on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. But it could be a lot better.
It
How's it
could
going,
be.
Michael Cash?
It definitely could be. I've noticed since I kind of came into this scene in like 2006, 2007, when I actually moved to this area, I've noticed that a lot of cats, they don't like to work. Like you said, they don't like to work together. Everybody's out for their own.
Right.
Everybody wants to shine on their own, which, I mean, that's cool, but it's not going to get you anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you might make it, and then you're going to fall off, and there's nobody behind you. You know,
Right.
when you build your team up, or you take a team of dudes, you know what I mean? Y'all can support each other, and when one of y'all falls, the other one can pick up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it'll keep your whole area on the map. That's what's wrong with Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. You know, like one dude, like Lantana per se.
Right.
When Lantana hit his top peak, and then he started coming down, there wasn't that next dude waiting in line because
Right.
everybody's out for themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's definitely the scenario here. It always seems like, when, like, as in Lantana, like, I've watched him come up, you know what I'm saying? Like, not personally, but as somebody in the city, as a fan, I've watched him come up. I watched him, get the 106 in Park and things like that. And like you said, when he started slowing down and he wasn't popping as much, it seemed like he didn't even have that backing that we thought he had. Like, he didn't have that team to keep pushing him. And, that's just really
everybody's out for themselves. Like, once they seen that he wasn't making them moves no more, everybody jumped ship.
Exactly.
You know
That's why I'm glad that my team, Heart of Stone Records, we're all solo artists, but we work together. Like we push each other in the studio to do better. Somebody will drop a song and one of us will be like, damn, I need to step it up a little bit for the next one. You know what I'm saying? Like, we push each other. Sometimes, like last night, one of our other artists, Jody Grams, he did the same show I did, different set, and we supported each other. We're right up front when the other one's performing. We get the crowd moved up to the stage for each other. We talk each other up like, hey, that's my boy. You got to check us out. If you want a feature from him, you let me know. I'll talk to him for you. Like, that's my team, Heart of Stone Records. You know what I'm saying? Like, not a lot of people have the support of a team like that. And it really sucks because, I would hate to not have people backing me the way I do have them backing me.
Oh, no doubt. It definitely helps, when it comes to doing shows and building your music. It helps to have that team behind you.
Right. All right, so let's go over to a song. We're going to play Robbery by Kottyn. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this song before we play it?
Okay, so this song is it's kind of a double meaning for me because it's more of a trap song. It almost sounds like it's metaphorical for, like, it sounds like you're running in the dope house and robbing a dope man and stuff like that. But for me, it's more metaphorical. If you listen to the hook, I actually say fuck the industry. Because, I love being independent, and I see how the industry is doing independent artists these days. And it's more of like a metaphor for, I'm robbing the industry. Like, I'm coming to take mine. You don't have to give it to me. I'll come and get it.
Pulling a flyer over here real quick. Make sure you guys go check out Easy 606 too. I just pulled a flyer over for his links.
Dope. Appreciate it.
Easy 606 merchandise. He's got new charms, all kinds of stuff. All right, we're going to play Robbery by Kottyn. Be right back after the song.
Industry ready
PSBeef.com. Make your purchase now.
All I hear is boom, boom. All I hear is boom. All I hear is boom, boom. All I hear is boom, boom. Talking like they don't know my name. Talking like I won't run the game. Talking like I don't do this shit. They running their mouth and they talking that shit. They bumping and dumping and bumping the lip. They breathing and bumping and swooping they dance. They reach for the clip and I'm shooting their head. Bow. They can't fuck with me. Rabbi so when they dunk me. Can't knock me down, no rushing me. Cause I'm loud. Like my fucking weed. Watch me do for this bitch, man. Tough talk to they bitch, man. They chase me, watch me switch lanes. Like hit rain for they bitch. Hey. They no touching me. 100, that's royalty. I'm being sad, so that means that I'm royalty. No child, they should go play with me. What the fuck you just say to me? Got me suffering like young wrong. Now I'm screaming at fuck you, man. Red in and that's quick aim. They talk fast and this shit spray. They talk further than shit stains. And everything that they fucking say is boom. All I hear is boom, boom. What they say is talking like they don't know my name. Talking like I'm gonna run the game. Talking like I don't do this shit. All I hear is boom, boom. All I hear is boom, boom. What they say is talking like they don't know my name. Talking like I won't run the game. Talking like I don't do this shit. I go in the block and I'm back in the whip. Money to be made and I'm running this.
Well, first off, it played Rumors for some reason.
Yes, it did.
I just noticed that. So let's play Robbery. And some reason it sounds like the vocals are really low on my end. I don't know if it's my setup. Let me try this.
Yeah, it sounded like it was cutting in and out on this end.
Yeah, it did to me too.
This a motherfucking robbery. Ain't wanna do it, but I gotta be. Now I'm screaming, fuck the industry. When you got bills to pay, it gets a fee. Yeah, it's a motherfucking robbery. Ain't wanna do it, but I gotta be. Now I'm screaming, fuck the industry. When you got bills to pay, it gets a fee.
Ride around that black on black floor, bring a 5 Johnny Cash now. On my booty, stay strapped to this, and we about to act the ass now. Mass out with the gas out, we blast out till they pass out. I'm a paper boy on that cash route, and this ass out for that stash out. Kicking the door, we run in your house. You screaming loud, put that gun in your mouth. But shot in the ceiling, nobody get down. If I see you moving, the shot, he go blow. All I see is red, blood in my eyes like I'm already dead. No turning back now, cause I'm already there. With the green in the bag and the beam to his head. And I'm flexing like I'm Hercules with a Socrates philosophy. That's a educated mind state, but still no motherfuckers stopping me. Let me tell you about them Rubik's boy, cause all they do is talking. They running their mouth and they bumping them gums till they motherfucking teeth get smoked in.
Robbery. Ain't wanna do it, but I gotta be. Now I'm screaming, fuck the industry. When you got bills to pay, it gets a fee. Yeah, it's a motherfucking robbery. Ain't wanna do it, but I gotta be. Now I'm screaming, fuck the industry. When you got bills to pay, it gets a fee.
Back daddy, straight savage. Money moving to another tax bracket. I'm not average, I'm from the jungle, but we shoot animals. Fuck panda. You ain't never seen another scene like this. Out in the street like this. Yeah, so clean on the scene like this. You ain't know we believe the beats like this. Dudes you never heard of. Till I murder with my verba. Yeah, I came in there, gave me, I made me a name, and I built us some soap in the curve up. Now hold up, wait, cause I'm back in. And the fact is that I'm taxing these fuck boys with these verses. So my bank account has backslid. Hold up, homie. Listen for a minute. Everything I said that I was gonna do it when it did it, and you had it, I forget it. If I want it, I'ma get it, and I get it. I'm living and I'm living like I'm winning. I'm a king in that crown heavy. Want the throne and come test me. Murdering the verse when I'm murdering the verse. And this right here is me.
Ain't wanna do it, but I gotta be. Now I'm screaming, fuck the industry. When you got bills to pay, it gets a fee. Yeah, it's a motherfucking robbery. Ain't wanna do it, but I gotta be. Now I'm screaming, fuck the industry. When you got bills to pay, it gets a fee.
Oh yeah, that's much better. I had the fucking trouble turned down on the system. Go figure.
It's all good, man.
It's been one of those nights, homies. Technology just does not want to cooperate with anything.
Obviously, it's all good. All good.
All right, homie. I'm gonna have you do a radio drop for Underground Wicked Radio. Say this is Kottyn. You're listening to DJ Snickers on Underground Wicked Radio, and say any links to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm gonna put this in front of all your songs rotation on the radio. Go for it.
All right. This is Kottyn, and you're listening to DJ Snickers on Wicked Underground Radio. Y'all need to check me out. You can find my music, soundcloud.com/Kottyn513, YouTube Kottyn513, Facebook, just type in Kottyn, that's Kottyn, and you'll find my pages. You can actually just Google Kottyn513, Kottyn 513, and you'll find all my social media links.
Hell yeah. All right, homie. So what do you think of the underground scene right now and where it's at compared to this crap they're playing on mainstream?
Oh, God, man. Don't get me started. I'm not going to lie, dude. I'm definitely one of those people. I don't listen. I do listen to the mainstream, but not all of it. It's been to the point lately where I've actually told people, like, if I'm listening to the radio in the car, it's usually a country station because everything else is pretty much garbage. The underground is where it's at. It's where it's always been. You know, I'm a fan first before an artist, and I've always noticed, like, you know, I'll follow artists underground for a long time, and then if they get signed, it's like you sit back and wonder what happened to them, you know? Like, you know, if you've been in it long enough, you kind of understand that once you sign that contract, dude, they pretty much own you. You have to do what they say. So I like being independent, and I like the independent scene because, you know, you can put out the music you want, when you want, how you want. You know, you can say whatever you want, and nobody's there to tell you you can't.
Good example of that, man. Fucking Alan Acha just got signed by Psychopathic Radio. I can't even get him on here for an interview now.
Wow.
Because it's all management. Management's got to agree with everything, man.
Right.
And it kind of sucks. Because I've had Zug Island on. I got radio drops from ICP. And I figured, you know, hey, they just let him get on. But nope.
That's crazy. But yeah, it seems to be the way it works, man. You know, I mean, I can't lie. If the right deal came around, I'd probably sign it. But you know, I wouldn't put my name on anything until I felt comfortable with it.
Hell yeah, man. So what is your take on some underground rappers there in Cincinnati, Ohio? Well, who do you think is killing it and repping Ohio right now?
Ohio period.
Ohio period. Yep.
Man, I got to stay true to my city, dude. I mean, we've got some artists here that have done some pretty big things, dude. We've got artists here that have toured with T.I., and we've got artists that were, you know, rolling around with Rick Ross and Maybach Music, and, you know, we've had artists on 106 in Park, you know, doing big features. I got to stick true to my city, dude. We've got so many people that have been doing big things here for so long. It just seems like it's never been big enough. And that's not a downplay on the artists. It just seems like what me and Easy were talking about earlier. It seems like there's no other artists here that are ready to help back any other artists. You know, you get that one big song, you know, and it pops, and then it's almost like they disappear from any kind of mainstream trials.
Yep. Another one in your area, Fisticuffs, man. Ever since he's done a song with Shaggy 2 Dope, I haven't really seen much from him.
Right. See, that's more the Juggalo side. I won't lie. I do have a decent Juggalo fan base. Not really what I would say is my style, but, you know, I love my fans. So, you know, I always rep for whoever shows love to me. That's one big thing for me, man. I'll always show love to my fans, because without them, I'm nothing. So, but I mean, we've had artists, you know, like I said, we've had artists here doing songs and videos with Gucci Mane, and like other big names, like crazy big names, and it just never seems to follow all the way through, and they still end up being independent. And like I said, I've been in it so long that I've noticed, like it's just not the people in your city that need to back you. Like a lot of people think, you get a feature from a big artist and you're gonna pop. No, it doesn't work that way.
Fuck no,
a
man.
lot of these big artists are like, oh well, you paid me to do it, I'll do it. They don't really care.
I've come across some artists I've interviewed recently that had songs with Hopskin and shit. They got like 100 views on the song. I'm like, Jesus, man.
Right. It's crazy how it happens because they don't realize that these bigger artists, like these signed mainstream artists, they're looking for that check right now, and they're not putting no promotion or marketing into your song. They don't care. They got paid. They're in and out. The independent artists, we have to put everything into our marketing and pushing a song, and it's hard to do. I mean, I can't lie. I watch a lot of interviews with a lot of mainstream artists, and I'm not a big fan, but that the rapper Fetty Wap, he was in an interview, and that Trap Queen song, that's the song that popped for him, and he said that song was recorded like 4 years. He had the video out like 4 years before it got picked up.
Damn.
So I mean, it takes time, and I've learned, a lot of people think that you need to push a mixtape every couple months and an album every couple months or whatever. You got to push your singles. You got to push one single, because one single is all it takes to make you pop.
Yep. Well, here's a question for you. What's your take on this 6ix9ine person going around, Mr. Rainbow Bright?
Oh man, I'm not a fan. I will say that his music is not something I would listen to on purpose. It's energetic, which I like. It sounds like something you throw on when you're in the gym working out. Other than that, I would call it publicity. That seems like what a lot of these new rappers are doing. They do their hair all kinds of crazy and wearing all kinds of stupid clothes and stuff like that. And if that's what they like to do, cool for them. But I stick true to myself.
Big ass golden grills on his teeth.
Right. I mean, I grew up, on 90s rap, when gold grills was the thing, But I mean, grills don't bother me. That's whatever. I used to wear one. I won't lie about that. But it's the way they portray themselves. It's like I try to tell people, a lot of these artists, nowadays the industry, the labels, they're looking for these. They want an artist that's getting 100,000 plus views on their YouTube videos. And the way I see it is, most of these guys are going viral not because they're good, but because people are passing around this video like, hey, look at this stupid dude here, and look how whack this is, and look how garbage he is. And they're not realizing that they're giving these people views, which is getting them revenue, and they're building off of it.
50 Cent just co-signed him.
Yeah, well, I don't understand why, but they can be $1.19 together, whatever.
That's fucking great. I got to remember that one. I'm going to make a post on that later.
I mean, honestly, like I respect 50 as a businessman and stuff like that. But honestly, in my opinion, as a fan of music, he fell off after his like first or second album.
Yep. Twisted Clown, homie, what do you got for a question?
What do I got for a question? How you doing, homie?
I'm good, man.
Good. Nice to meet you. I'm Twisted Clown.
I'm here. I go by Cotton, man.
Huh?
I go by Cotton.
Cotton. Nice to meet you.
Same
so
here.
How did you come up with that name?
Was that how'd I come up with that name?
Yeah.
I actually explained that one earlier. I'll explain it again, no problem. I didn't come up with it. It was kind of given to me. When I was in high school, I was doing beats and stuff at first when people would like battle at school. And I started rapping and stuff, and some of the more well-known local guys, I went to school with them. And one day they were battling, and the one guy came at me, and my boy told me to go at him because he knew I could rap. So I did, and everybody's jaw dropped. They said I gave him Cottonmouth, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to go by Cottonmouth, and I just chopped it down to Cotton.
I got to give a shout out to the homies for voting for me on the Independent Music Awards for the best underground radio station. I'm almost at 400 votes. I'm like almost 200 votes over the other guy. And I've only been on there maybe a week. This other guy's been on there for almost a year.
Send me that link, man. I'll vote.
Hell yeah, homie. I got you after this interview. We're going to play another song. Which one do you want us to play, homie?
If you're on the SoundCloud, there's only the 2 songs on the SoundCloud right now. That's my 2 newest singles. I haven't dropped any of the newer stuff online yet. Just been performing at shows. Everything else is kind of older. I actually took a lot of time off from the artist side of things to kind of understand the business of it better. That way, you know, I can stop getting screwed around on shows and things like that. But I mean, if you want to play Rumors, that's cool.
Oh yeah, now that I got the trouble fixed, we can actually hear the shit. All right, we're going to play Rumors by Kottyn. We'll be right back after this.
Industry Ready Production, psbeats.com. Make your purchase now.
All I hear is boom, boom. All I hear is boom, boom. What they say, talking like they don't know my name, talking like I'm a run the game, talking like I don't do this shit. All I hear is boom, boom. All I hear is boom, boom. What they say, talking like they don't know my name, talking like I won't run the game, talking like I don't do this shit. They running their mouth and they talking that shit. Keep bumping them gums and get busting the lip. They perfect in public and sleep when they diss. They reach for the clip and I shoot from the hip. Ow, they can't fuck with me. Ride by slow when they dusting me. Can't turn me down, no hushing me, cause I'm loud, like my fucking weed. Watch what you do, cause they snitch, man. Tough talk, they bitch, man. They chasing me, watch me switch lanes. Well, I get brain from they bitch. Truth is, ain't no touching me. 100, that's loyalty. Fuck boss shit, I'm king status, so that means that I'm royalty. No childish, so don't play with me. What the fuck you just say to me? Got me talking like young grown, now I'm screaming at fuck you mean? Red dead, that's quick aim. They duck fast when this shit spray. They draw full of them shit stains at everything that they fucking say. Boom, all I hear is boom, boom. What they say, talking like they don't know my name, talking like I'm gonna run the game, talking like I don't do this shit. All I hear is boom, boom. All I hear is boom, boom. What they say, talking like they don't know my name, talking like I won't run the game, talking like I don't do this shit. I go hit the block and I'm back in the whip. Money to be made and I'm counting that shit. Cause you know life, yeah, I'm stacking my chips. Acrobatic cash, I'm watching it flip. Bow, no downfall. Easy cash, all the sounds, y'all. Easy catch like a ground ball. Just keep it quiet, no sounds, y'all. I'm getting this, not spending it, so I'm getting rich. They hate me now when they getting pissed, cause I'm blasting off like rocket shit. Soon, I'm out of here. Going so fast, I'm out of gears. Out of space life, that's atmosphere. Hearthstone means I'm out of fears. My team don't play. Better make space, cause we don't stay. Stepping away first 48, then we leave the state, and everything they say is yeah, they talking shit. Making up stories all about the kid. You want the truth? Well, then this is it. Every single word that they ever spit. All I hear is boom, boom. What they say, talking like they don't know my name, talking like I'm gonna run the game, talking like I don't do this shit. All I hear is boom, boom. All I hear is boom, boom. What they say, talking like they don't know my name, talking like I won't run the game, talking like I don't do this shit.
Give us some feedback on YouTube. What'd you think of that? What'd you think, Twista Clown?
Yeah, from the parts that I heard, it was pretty good.
I know we lost you there for a second. So what do you got for a question, homie?
Question. Have you ever performed at a venue? And if you have, what's the biggest and best venue that you've ever performed at so far to date?
Yeah, I perform at a bunch of venues, more locally than not. We got a pretty big club here in Cincinnati called Celebrities. Um, did a show in 2009 on the Certified White Boy Tour with Haystack there, and it was sold out to the point where like people were mad they couldn't get in, and it holds probably a solid like 900 so people.
Damn. Speaking of, Haystack is actually looking to get booked right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that too. I hit up a few people up in this area trying to get them up this way, but not a hell of a lot of venues up here in New York. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I got a question from Sarah on Facebook. She's tuned into the radio. She wants to know, what do you bump when you're riding down the road in your car?
More recently, it's been I listen to a lot of Kevin Gates, Bez Believe, but here lately it's been a lot of
Tech Nine then.
Always Tech Nine. Any strange music artist, man. Tess Cruz, Stevie Stone, all of them, Murs, Ritz. I bump all that shit. But here lately it's been a lot of that new Jelly Roll and Struggles, Waylon and Willie 2.
Okay.
That album, it's really dope. It's there's a lot of stuff on there where, you know, I really relate to it, so I bump that a lot.
I heard Jelly Roll's Jelly Roll's lost a shit ton of weight. I haven't checked any of his music out in a while.
Yeah, actually, go look up him and Struggle, man. Their new stuff is awesome. They're actually gonna be in Cincinnati May 19th.
Hell yeah.
They're on the Willie tour too.
So, homie, man, who influenced you to start making music? Could be a family member listening to a certain rap artist.
I always show love to a certain group of people, man. I was younger. I was 13, 14 when I started, and I mean, I really never thought about rapping before. When I was that age, I just did one time, like wrote a verse, just messing around, being stupid, and it was terrible. But my older brother and a bunch of his friends used to go to a local studio, and you know, one day I was like, I want to go. You know, I was tagging along, and they put me in the booth, and I just, you know, I was freestyling then. I never wrote anything at that point, and you know, they told me I was pretty good, so, you know, I kind of just stuck with it.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to them. So, you're in Ohio, man. You must have heard of All Zulu Axe.
Not really sure about that one.
Damn, man, they're killing it in Ohio right now. Them and St. Luke from Youngstown, Ohio.
Okay, yeah, just make sure you send me some links, man. I'll definitely check everybody out because, you know, I stay so busy with myself and my team. It's hard to get around to know a lot of these new artists, and not saying that they're new, but a lot of artists in the city. You know, I've been, for the past like couple years, I've been really just focused on my own stuff.
Lords of Chaos aren't that far from you either. Another good group.
I've heard that name.
They're really good. All right, so, man, I got another question on Facebook. Who would you consider to be, how do I put it? They reworded a little bit better than what they put. They want to know who you consider to be the newest mainstream artist that just came from the underground.
Who do I consider the newest mainstream that came from the underground? Man, that's hard to tell. Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? You know who I was listening to for a few years before they really popped, and that was G-Eazy. And lately, he's popped really well lately, and you know, I like his style a lot. Also, it seems like Lil Dicky popped real well lately. He just did that song and video with Chris Brown. And, you know, I was listening to him for a while before all that happened, too.
So they're basically considered mainstream now? I haven't seen either one of their new music.
Wow. Yeah, G-Eazy, you know, for me, it's my opinion. But I consider, you know, once you hit and you're hitting a couple, like if you're on the regular radio stations and your music videos are on the TV regularly, to me, that's more mainstream to me. That's just my opinion, but that's how I feel about it, you know. I've been listening to Lil Dicky for a couple years, and then he got the double XL cover last year, I think it was. And then he kind of disappeared for a minute. I guess he was working on new material. And he just recently, I think that the video with Chris Brown just dropped. I saw it on YouTube like 2 weeks ago. It's already got like well over 1 million, 10 million views. I don't know anymore. But G-Eazy, he's like consistently dropping videos. He's on the radio. I mean, to the point where, you know, I actually remixed one of his songs. So, I mean, for me, that's mainstream, but that's my opinion.
Hell yeah, man. Twisted Clown Man, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What you got for a question, homie? You're a little rusty at this.
Well, actually, I have a pretty good question. Homie, your opinion being an artist and all, and I know you said you're down for the Strange Music Camp. How do you feel about the homie Gmo Ski?
Not really. I won't lie. I haven't really listened to a lot of his stuff. I won't lie about it. I haven't really listened to a lot of his stuff, so I really can't say much about it.
Well, I'd like to turn you on to a new track with Seth's Crew featuring Gmo.
Okay, what's the song called?
Yeah, it's an actually brand new fucking track. It just came out like 2 days ago, man. All you gotta do is type in, you know, Gmo Ski featuring Seth's Crew, and it might be off his 8-Bit of Filth album that just came out, but I really don't know. But
okay, yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Oh, yeah, Seth's Crew, man, they're fucking shit, dude. I love Seth's Crew, man.
Yeah, Seth's Crew was actually just up in Ohio, not far from here.
Oh, yeah. So here's a good question with Twisted Clown bringing that up, man. What do you think about all this beef going on in the underground right now?
What kind of beef?
All kinds, man. The beef between ICP, Twisted, any of it. What do you think, Kottyn?
Hey, honestly, man, it's kind of crazy, you know. Like, I was listening to ICP a long time ago, Twisted, you know, and then when they kind of split, it was odd, you know. I was used to seeing them together a lot, you know, all the time, and then I don't know. It seems like I see a lot more from Twisted now than I did before. Like a lot more flyers going around for shows, and you know, it seems like they're doing a lot more now though that they split.
The thing, I don't take sides, man. Like I'm mutual with both of them because I interview artists from both sides. But Twisted getting on a video and basically saying they made Juggalo. I didn't know what to think of that.
See, I didn't see that video. I can't agree with that in my opinion, because you know, growing up, ICP was the first ones out there doing that. But like I said, I won't take sides on that either. I hope they settle it soon, one way or another. You know, I'm one of them people where, you know, I try to stay away from the beef situations all the time, just because especially when you're basically underground, it's not getting you anywhere for real, and that's my opinion.
Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna take a hot seat question. We're gonna take a couple more and then hop off here. All right, homie. So you're going to live in a CD for 5 years. This makes every artist think, because you gotta think about every song. You're gonna live in an album for 5 years. Every song's gonna come to life, and you're gonna live with whatever the hell they're rapping about in every song for 5 years. What album would you choose?
Oh man, that is a good question. Ooh.
That silence.
Yes, that's a good question. I got to think about it because so many albums are going through my head right now.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say the one that sticks out to me, and not based off like what I wouldn't want to go through or what I would want to go through if I had to live through an album, but the one that seems like it relates a lot to what I've been through is kind of Ritz's Life and Times of Johnny Valiant album.
Fuck yeah, bro. Good album. First one to choose that, man. Most people are fucking Eminem or ICP. That's a constant choice.
No.
Mainly ICP. All right, homie. So is there any projects you got coming up, CDs? I know you were talking about a CD earlier that's about to drop. Why don't you shout those out again?
My new mixtape is called Still Infamous. It should be releasing on 4/20, the end of this month. Released under Heart of Stone Records and All Real Entertainment. I actually have a show that night, so it'll be like a mixtape release party, hopefully, as well. And you know, just going from there. It's been a while since I dropped a solo mixtape, and you know, I came back as hard as I could with this one.
Speaking of 420, we're trying this for a third time. Big Hoss is going to be getting on by himself on 420. So we'll be interviewing Big Hoss from Cottonmouth Kings, and then Saint Dog will be getting on later. Now isn't D-Loke part of the Cottonmouth Kings at one time?
You know, I'm not completely sure.
I want to say he was. I could be wrong. But I know Saint Dog has gotten busy, so we apologize for not getting on for his interview. I don't know if I can say it over the air yet, but there's some big things coming for Saint Dog. So I'll get with him and see if we can talk about that later. All right, homie, did you enjoy your interview on Underground Wicked Radio? Is there anything we have not talked about you'd like to touch subject on?
I just want to shout out my team, man. My engineer, HJO, always holding it down in the studio for us. All the other artists on the roster, that's Mr. Young, Jody Grams, AJB, and, you know, myself, Kottyn. And, you know, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. I want to shout you out. I appreciate you having me on. Yeah. And I hope to do another interview soon.
I was just going to say that, man. It's one of the final questions. Do you ever have any projects? When you drop that CD, get with me so we can get you back on.
After this interview, man, drop me your address, and when the mixtape drops, I'll send you one.
Oh, yeah, man. Much love. Appreciate that. All right, homies, we're going to hop off here. We will be back tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and Wednesday. Everyone have a good night. Whoop, whoop.